can't believe someone as sloppy as you is my brother's wife. A wife should at least keep the house in order.
What's gotten into you suddenly, Missy? I do take care of the house, you know.
What's gotten into me? I've been watching how you treat my brother for weeks, and I'm just saying what needs to be said.
I thought we were getting along fine until recently. Did something happen?
Nothing happened. I just can't stay silent anymore about how you run this household. Oh, really? What part of this looks taken care of to you? You left for work without washing the breakfast dishes. You're unbelievably lazy.
In our home, washing dishes is Kevin's responsibility. We have a system that works for us. I cook, he cleans.
A system? That's what you call forcing my brother to do women's work? Kevin works hard enough without having to come home to chores.
We both work full-time jobs. Why should I be the only one handling household duties?
Because that's what a good wife does. My mother always took care of everything at home.
Times have changed, Missy, and frankly, our marriage arrangements aren't really your business.
There you go again. Do you even care about my brother's comfort at all?
If you want to complain about the dishes, direct it to your beloved brother. It's not my responsibility.
Are you kidding me? Why are you making my brother do stuff like that? You're the wife. Act like it and do your job.
I already do most of the other household chores. We both work, so it's only fair that Kevin handles some chores too. I do the laundry, vacuum, clean the bathroom, and most of the cooking.
And you think you deserve a medal for that? That's the bare minimum. A good wife would do all of that without complaining.
This isn't the 1950s. I earn more than Kevin does right now, actually. But that's beside the point. Marriage is supposed to be a partnership.
My brother is busy with work every day. He's working harder than you to support this household. I don't care if you both work. You should be doing everything as his wife.
That's not true at all. Kevin only works part-time right now. I'm pulling more hours and bringing in most of our income. Not that it matters. Partnerships aren't just about money.
You're always counting pennies and keeping score, aren't you? That's not what marriage is about. My brother deserves better than this.
You're always saying stuff like that. If you feel that strongly about it, you could help out too, Missy. Since you moved in, the housework has actually tripled.
Excuse me? Why should I have to do any of that? I'm a guest in this house. Guests don't do chores.
A guest who's been here for a month already? That's not how it works. It would be nice to help out considering you're staying here for free. You've made yourself quite comfortable here without contributing anything.
I'm family. Family is different from guests. My brother invited me to stay, and you should respect his decision instead of treating me like some freeloader.
You've been crashing here for a month already without contributing to expenses or helping around the house.
Are you serious right now? I thought you understood my situation. I'm Kevin's sister.
I do understand, but it's getting a bit much. You need to at least help with your own messes.
I just broke up with my boyfriend and got kicked out of our place. I'm devastated. How could someone in my emotional state possibly do housework? Do you have any idea how humiliating it was to have to pack up my things while he watched? I've been crying myself to sleep every night, and now you want me to do chores?
Seriously, we all have problems, Missy, but life goes on. It's been a month. At some point, you need to pull yourself together.
Besides, Kevin said I don't have to do anything. He told me I don't need to pay for anything or help out. He said I can stay as long as I need until I feel better. He promised me that when I called him in tears that day.
Well, he did say you could stay, but he didn't mean indefinitely without any contribution.
So now he's going back on his word because you're pressuring him?
This brother complex of yours. It's really getting out of hand. Kevin is a grown man.
It's a sister complex, actually. And now you're ordering me to do housework? How dare you? Don't get cocky just because you're my brother's wife. Just so you know, I still don't accept you as his wife. I never have, from the day you two announced your engagement.
Oh, is that so? That explains a lot about your attitude these past few years.
Kevin deserves someone who would cherish him properly, not some career-obsessed woman who makes him wash dishes.
I do cherish him. That's why I respect him as an equal partner, not a child I need to coddle.
Since I'm staying here, I'm going to watch you closely. I'll determine if you're truly worthy of my precious brother and if you're a useful wife to him, and I'll whip you into shape as a proper wife. I'll show you exactly how a woman should treat her husband, so step up your game and start acting like a real wife.
I don't need lessons from someone who can't even maintain her own relationship, and I certainly don't need your approval of my marriage.
You'll regret saying that to me. Just wait and see what happens next.
Hey Kevin, can you please do something about Missy? I don't want her staying here anymore. We need to talk about this situation. It's getting unbearable.
What do you mean, unbearable? She's barely been here a month.
A month is a long time for someone who contributes nothing and constantly criticizes me.
Why would you say that? My sweet little sister came to me for help. I don't care how long she stays, she's always welcome.
Kevin, she's actively trying to create problems between us. Have you not noticed how she talks to me? How she undermines me?
You're exaggerating. That's just how Missy is. She's direct and honest. She means well. She just wants what's best for us.
What's best for us, or what's best for you according to her? There's a big difference.
I think you're being too sensitive about this whole thing. She's family, Ayaka. We can't just abandon her.
You see how she keeps picking fights with me, right? Seriously. She keeps saying things like household duties are the wife's job. She's constantly telling me to do everything, and honestly, I'm fed up. Yesterday, she even rearranged our bedroom and said my organization system was pathetic. She's overstepping boundaries constantly.
She's just trying to help. Maybe some of her suggestions make sense. You do leave things lying around sometimes.
Are you kidding me right now? You're defending her? I work 50+ hours a week and still manage most of the household.
Then why don't you just do all the housework yourself? That way Missy won't have anything to complain about. It would make things easier for everyone.
Excuse me? We both work full-time and you want to dump all the housework on me? That's completely unreasonable. You can't be serious.
I'm very serious. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It would make things easier for me too, so what's the problem? Just because we both work doesn't mean that I, as a man, should have to do housework. I should be able to relax when I get home from work.
What are you talking about? I work just as many hours as you do. It's completely unfair to push all the housework onto me alone. When did you develop these old-fashioned views? This isn't what we agreed on when we got married.
Maybe I've just come to my senses about what a proper marriage should look like. You can try to brainwash me all you want, but it won't work. Don't assume I'll be doing anything around the house anymore. From now on, I'm not doing any housework at all. No more dishes, no more laundry, no more anything.
What? Brainwashing? Where's this coming from? This isn't like you at all, Kevin. We've been married for 3 years, and you've never had a problem with our arrangement before.
My sister Missy opened my eyes. I'm the husband, but I've been helping too much with housework. Even in a dual-income household, the wife should be handling all domestic duties. I was just brainwashed into obediently helping you. But your mind games won't work on me anymore. Missy helped me see how you've been manipulating me all this time.
Mind games? Manipulation? What are you talking about? We agreed on how to divide responsibilities together. That's not manipulation. What are you suddenly going on about? We both work, so we should both share household responsibilities. It's our life together, so we should cooperate. That's what marriage means. Partnership, teamwork, cooperation.
You sound like one of those feminist podcasts Missy warned me about. You're really determined to make me do housework, aren't you? It's actually your job as my wife, but you're trying to push it onto me, your husband. If you want to exploit me so badly, get out of this house. A wife like you doesn't deserve to live in my home. I deserve better than someone who refuses to fulfill her wifely duties.
What? You want me to leave? Are you serious right now? This is our home. We built this life together, and suddenly I don't deserve to live here because I expect equal partnership?
Yes, I'm dead serious. A real wife would know her place and responsibilities. Missy is right about everything she's been saying. Missy told me something important. She said I'm too nice a husband and I should be more demanding with my wife. She opened my eyes to how I've been letting you walk all over me, how I need to be the man of the house again.
Oh, so this is all because of Missy's influence. Your sister, who's never been in a successful relationship, is now your marriage counselor? The same sister who just got dumped and kicked out of her apartment?
That's right. Got a problem with that? At least she understands traditional family values. Are you ready to swear you'll do all the housework yourself from now on? That's the only way to save this marriage.
No way. You idiot husband. I can't believe you're choosing your sister's warped ideas over our marriage. This is completely ridiculous. Kevin. I'm going on an international business trip for a while. Get Missy out of here before I return. Otherwise, I'm never coming back to this house. This living situation has become intolerable.
What? International business trip? When were you going to tell me about this?
I just found out myself. The company needs someone to handle the Johnson account overseas. They selected me because of my performance last quarter, but honestly, the timing couldn't be better.
You can't just drop a bomb like this and walk away. How long will you be gone? Where are you even going?
I'll be in New York for about a month, maybe longer if things go well. I'm grateful for the timing of this trip. Let's both cool down and think. You clearly need time to consider what's important to you, your marriage or your sister's influence.
This is ridiculous. You can't just issue ultimatums like this. We need to talk about this like adults.
We've been trying to talk about this for weeks, Kevin. You're not listening. Maybe some distance will help you see things more clearly.
Hey, Ayaka, wait! I'm not gonna kick my sister out! I can't do that as her brother! She has nowhere else to go right now! You're being unreasonable asking me to choose!
But as long as Missy stays here, you'll keep getting worse. You don't see how she's changing you? How she's poisoning our relationship? For the sake of our marriage, she needs to go. She needs to find her own place and start rebuilding her life instead of interfering with ours.
What? You're blaming Missy for our problems? That's not fair! She's just trying to help us have a better marriage.
A better marriage? By undermining me constantly? By turning you against me? That's not help, Kevin. That's sabotage. Let's be clear about what's more important to you, your wife or your sister. Starting today, I'll stay at the office and then leave for my trip. I'll be back in about a month. Have your answer ready by then. I hope you make the right choice, for both our sakes.
You can't do this. You can't make me choose between family members. That's cruel and unfair.
What's cruel is watching my husband side with someone who openly disrespects me in my own home. What's unfair is being expected to tolerate it indefinitely. The choice is yours, Kevin. I've made mine.
Fine. Go on your trip. Maybe I'll have a peaceful month without your constant complaining. Missy and I will do just fine without you here.
We'll see about that. Goodbye, Kevin. I hope when I return, you'll have come to your senses.
Wait, Ayaka, at least let's talk properly before you leave. I don't want you to go like this.
There's nothing left to say. Your actions have spoken loudly enough. I'll text you when I land in New York.
Hey there, Ayaka. I heard you're on a business trip to America. Did you arrive safely? You're coming back in a month, right? Kevin told me all about your little ultimatum. Not very mature of you.
Yes, that's right. I arrived safely. Thank you for asking. So I expect you'll have moved out by then. My ultimatum stands, and it wasn't made lightly.
Huh? Why should I have to leave? This is my brother's house too, you know. You don't get to make all the decisions around here.
Kevin should have told you by now. I can't have you in our home anymore. You need to leave before you completely ruin our marriage. Your influence on Kevin has been nothing but destructive.
Destructive? I'm helping him see what a real marriage should be like. Something you clearly have no clue about. Who do you think you are trying to kick me out? The one leaving your brother's home is you, Ayaka. Kevin chose me over you. He values family loyalty more than your feminist nonsense.
What did you say? Kevin chose you? That can't be right. We agreed to talk when I return. He wouldn't make that decision without speaking to me.
I went ahead and filed your divorce papers. They've been processed, so you are just a stranger now. Don't come back to Kevin's house ever again. You're no longer welcome here or in our lives.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean you filed divorce papers? Kevin chose his sister over me? Are you serious? This has to be some kind of sick joke.
Yes, absolutely. It's all true. I filed the divorce papers while you were away on your trip. Kevin signed everything. It's all official now. You should be receiving the official notification any day now.
I just want to confirm something. Kevin knows about this, right? He agreed to this divorce? He signed these papers willingly?
I submitted them without telling him and informed him afterward. I just did what needed to be done. Someone had to take action.
What? That's illegal. You can't file someone else's divorce papers. That's fraud and forgery.
But he wasn't mad at all. He said it was fine and thanked me. He said I did him a favor by handling the messy part for him. He said he'll find a wife who actually listens to him next time. One who respects traditional values and knows her place.
What? I don't believe you. Kevin wouldn't say those things. I'm going to call him right now.
Go ahead. He's already changed his number so you can't harass him. So you can't come back to this house anymore. Come get your stuff ASAP, you useless wife. You don't have a home to return to anymore. All your things will be in boxes in the lobby if you don't arrange pickup soon.
I see. Goodbye then. I'll make arrangements for my belongings.
Don't show your face here again. You're not his wife or my sister-in-law anymore, just a stranger. Kevin's already talking about dating again, by the way. He says he feels so free now that you're gone.
Yes, if the divorce papers have been processed, there's nothing I can do. So I won't be paying the $5,000 monthly rent or any living expenses going forward. I'll contact the property management company to change the bank account for the rent withdrawal. You'll need to come up with $5,000 within 2 weeks since rent is due at the end of the month. Otherwise, you'll be facing eviction for non-payment. Also, I'll be canceling all the utility payments I've been covering.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about all of a sudden? What's this about $5,000 rent? You must be lying to try to scare me.
I'm talking about the luxury condo where you and Kevin are living. Although the lease is in Kevin's name, I've been paying the rent and all living expenses. $5,000 monthly rent plus $2,000 to $3,000 for living expenses. I've been working really hard to keep up with those payments. Did Kevin ever mention this to you? Interesting.
What? This condo costs that much in rent? You are making this up. There's no way. Kevin would have told me if the rent was that high.
I can forward you the last 6 months of bank statements if you'd like proof. You wouldn't know since you just moved in without contributing. It's in a prime location with plenty of space for 3 adults. Actually, it's quite a good deal for what we get. The doorman alone adds $500 to the monthly total.
$5,000 is a good deal? What? You're saying you pay over $7,000 a month total? How can you afford that? Normal people can't pay that kind of money. There's no way this is true. You're bluffing.
What's so strange about it? I'm good enough at my job to be sent on international business trips. I have a decent position at my company. I'm a senior project manager handling our biggest accounts. My salary reflects my position and responsibilities.
Really? Kevin never mentioned you made that much money. He always talked like he was the main provider.
The workload is heavy and it's demanding, but I still tried my best to keep up with housework. But both you and Kevin just complained and criticized me. To be honest, I was already feeling exhausted, so I won't hold the divorce against you. In fact, I should thank you. You freed me from a situation that was becoming increasingly toxic. You did me a favor, though I doubt that was your intention.
Don't get cocky just because you make decent money. My brother could easily earn what you make. So he can cover the rent and living expenses from now on. We'll live perfectly fine without you. He's a man, after all. Men are supposed to be providers.
Kevin can't possibly afford this. I hate to disappoint you about your beloved brother, but Kevin currently only works part-time 3 days a week. Yes, you heard me right. 3 days a week. There's no way he can afford $7,000 a month. Sometimes he brings home as little as $700 a month. Did he tell you he was working full-time? That's interesting.
Wait a minute. Part-time job? What do you mean? My brother is a part-timer? Huh? Since when has he been unemployed? He told me he had a management position at his company.
For about 2 years now. He was laid off from his previous job and hasn't found new employment since. That's why I've had him working part-time 3 days a week while job hunting, at least so he can earn his own spending money. He's been on dozens of interviews, but nothing has panned out. I suspect he's not trying very hard because I've been supporting him.
What? My brother has been unemployed for 2 years? That can't be true. He always talks about his work stress. He's always complaining about his boss and coworkers.
That's right. And no matter how much I ask, he won't work more than 3 days a week, yet he still calls it dual income and refuses to do his share of housework. He's been absolutely terrible lately. The part-time job is at a bookstore, by the way. Not exactly a management position. I'm surprised he'd lied to his own sister about something so important.
That can't be! Kevin would never lie to me like that! So what are we going to do now about the condo rent and living expenses? Maybe my brother has decent savings so we can get by? I'm sure there's some explanation for all this.
I don't know about his personal savings. We do have a joint account, but since we're divorced, that's subject to division of assets. But since I contributed most of it, Kevin will only get about 20 to 30% of it. The courts tend to favor equal contribution in a marriage, and as I've shown, mine has been significantly greater than his.
That's all? But what about all his investments and stock options? He was always talking about how well his portfolio was doing.
What investments? What stock options? Kevin doesn't have either of those things. Another fabrication, it seems. The rest depends on whether he has his own savings. Anyway, I need to get back to work, so goodbye. I hope you can at least pay this month's rent. Otherwise, you'll both be homeless in 2 weeks. It's not my problem anymore, thanks to you.
Wait, you can't just drop this bomb and leave. There must be some mistake. Kevin wouldn't lie about something like this.
Ask him yourself. I'm done explaining his lies. Good luck with your living situation. You're going to need it.
Hey, it's not what you think, Ayaka. The divorce was all Missy's doing. I never thought she would actually submit the divorce papers. Please, talk to me. This is all a huge misunderstanding.
Excuse me, is this really Kevin? Missy said you changed your number. Another lie from her, I see.
Of course it's me. I'd never change my number without telling you. Missy has gone too far this time. Way too far.
So you didn't authorize these divorce papers?
No, absolutely not. I had no idea until after she filed them. Please, Ayaka, please come back to this house. I don't want a divorce like this. I never wanted a divorce at all.
What are you saying? Didn't you say you're going to find a wife who listens to you? Sounds like you're quite busy. That's what Missy told me you said.
I never said anything like that. Missy made it all up. I had to act tough in front of my sister, but I deeply regretted it. I never thought Missy would actually submit the divorce papers I signed as a joke. I didn't think she'd forge your signature either. I never believed she'd really go through with it. She showed me some papers and I signed them without really looking. I thought it was just one of her stupid pranks.
You signed divorce papers as a joke? What kind of joke is that, Kevin? And you didn't even read what you were signing? How irresponsible can you be?
I know, it was incredibly stupid of me. I wasn't thinking clearly. Missy had been filling my head with all these ideas, but I never wanted to end our marriage. You have to believe me.
I can't continue a marriage with someone who would sign divorce papers even as a joke. You don't understand how disrespectful that is to your wife. And letting your sister influence you to this degree? It's alarming. What kind of husband does that?
I'm really, truly sorry. I can't live without you. I'll take responsibility and kick Missy out of the house. So please, will you come back home when your trip is over? I'll do anything to make this right. I promise. I've been a complete fool.
It's too late for all that. No matter how much you apologize or even if you kick Missy out, it's too late. I don't want to be your wife anymore. I've seen a side of you these past few weeks that I can't unsee. The way you let her manipulate you, the way you treated me.
No, please don't say that. We can work through this. I made a terrible mistake listening to Missy. I'll get therapy. I'll work more hours. I'll do all the housework. Just please don't end our marriage like this.
The marriage ended when you signed those papers, Kevin. Even if it was just a joke to you. It showed me exactly how little you value what we built together. Goodbye. Keep looking for work and good luck with your part-time job. You're going to need a lot more income now that you're on your own.
Ayaka, please, I love you! Don't do this! We can fix this!
No, Kevin, we can't. Some things can't be fixed once they're broken. This is one of them. Take care of yourself.
What should I do, Ayaka? Kevin seriously hates me now. He won't even look at me. He blames me for everything.
What? Why are you contacting me about this? Your relationship with Kevin is no longer my concern.
He's coming after me saying everything is my fault and demanding I pay for rent and living expenses. He even sold my makeup and purses without asking. I found him listing my designer bags on eBay yesterday. I've never seen my brother this scary before. He's like a completely different person.
My, your brother sure is desperate. Financial reality has a way of changing people, doesn't it? But that's nothing to do with me anymore. Please stop bothering me with your problems. You made your bed, now lie in it.
Please, Ayaka, I know I was terrible to you. I realize that now. I was jealous of your relationship with Kevin. I didn't understand how much you were actually doing for him. Don't be so cold, Ayaka. I won't act high and mighty anymore. I'll even help with housework, so please remarry my brother. He's completely falling apart without you. He cries every night looking at your photos.
Absolutely not. I finally got divorced. From now on, I'm going to spend all my money on myself. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy living alone. No more supporting an ungrateful husband and his entitled sister. I've already signed a lease on a new apartment, by the way. Smaller, but all mine.
But what's going to happen to us? If you don't come back, we'll have to move out. We can't afford this place at all. The property manager already sent a warning notice about late rent.
Yes, where will you go? That's all I can think to say. Your housing situation is no longer my problem. Actions have consequences, Missy. This is what happens when you meddle in other people's marriages.
Please, Ayaka, we're desperate here. Kevin's part-time job barely covers groceries, and no one will hire me with my employment gap.
Oh, both of you should just move back to your parents' house. A brother who only works 3 days a week and a jobless sister who got dumped by her boyfriend with no job or home. There's no way two people like that can rebuild your lives. Swallow your pride and ask your parents to take you back. It's your best option at this point.
We would if we could, but that's why I'm contacting you. We can't go back, even if we wanted to. We've tried calling them multiple times.
Huh? What do you mean you can't go back? Did you have a fight with your parents? Did you try explaining your situation to them?
More than a fight. They cut ties with us. Kevin told them about the divorce and that we wanted to move back, but they refused to even let us in the door. They said they were ashamed of both of us.
They said they don't want a son who divorced for such a ridiculous reason or a daughter who kicked out her brother's wife. Let me guess, your parents actually liked me, didn't they?
They're too embarrassed to even look at us and don't want us coming back because it would shame them in front of the neighbors. Mom said you were the best thing that ever happened to Kevin. Dad said he always knew Kevin would mess it up somehow. They're furious with both of us, but especially me for interfering.
Your parents are even angrier than I am. That makes me happy. At least someone in your family has common sense. I always did get along with your parents. They understood the value of hard work and partnership.
Well, I'm not happy at all. We have nowhere to go and we're in big trouble. The eviction notice is already on our door. We'll be homeless by next week if something doesn't change. Please help us. I'll do anything you want. I'll even call you sister if I have to. Please support us. I was wrong about everything. I see that now.
You don't need to force yourself like that. Missy, you never accepted me as your brother's wife, right? So there's no need to force yourself to call me sister now. It would be completely insincere anyway. I will never be Kevin's wife again. That chapter of my life is closed.
But what about Kevin? Don't you still love him at all? He's absolutely miserable without you. He's even started applying for full-time jobs.
Too little too late. He should have done that 2 years ago. Good luck. Enjoy living with your beloved brother, supporting each other. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Siblings should stick together, right? That's what you always said.
Ayaka, please, we're desperate.
Goodbye, Missy. Don't contact me again. After returning from my international business trip, I finalized all property division and divorce proceedings with Kevin. It turned out Kevin had almost no personal savings and had actually been spending from our joint account. As a result, almost all the savings became mine, and Kevin left the luxury condo with just a few $100s to his name. As for Missy, she frantically tried to ask friends for help, but they all rejected her when they heard she wouldn't contribute to expenses or help with housework. She ended up moving into the cheap apartment Kevin rented, but now her beloved brother constantly lashes out at her, saying, "Looking at your face reminds me of the divorce and makes me angry." It seems they'll never return to being the close siblings they once were.
Hey, babe, need to talk about something important. I think we might need to postpone meeting my parents this weekend. My mom found out about your education background, and she's freaking out about it.
What? Why? We've been planning this for weeks. Your mom is upset about my education? What does that have to do with anything?
She's saying all sorts of ridiculous things, that you're not suitable for our family because you didn't go to college. I'm so sorry. I never expected her to react this way.
So she's judging me without even meeting me just because I didn't finish school? That's absurd! Education isn't everything. I've accomplished quite a lot without a degree.
I know she's being completely unreasonable. I tried explaining about your dad's accident and why you had to leave school, but she wouldn't listen. Kept going on about standards and proper background.
Wow, I knew this might come up eventually, but I didn't think she'd write me off completely without even giving me a chance. Does she have any idea how hurtful and insulting that is?
Of course not. She's too wrapped up in her own worldview. I've spent months telling her how amazing you are, but she just fixated on the education thing, like that's all that defines a person.
It's not your fault, Tyler, but postponing won't solve anything. It might just make her more suspicious, like I have something to hide.
You're probably right. I just hate the thought of subjecting you to her judgment. She can be really intense when she gets like this.
I appreciate you wanting to protect me, but I'm tougher than I look. I've dealt with plenty of judgment in my career. Let's face this together and keep the original plan for this weekend.
Are you sure? She might be really hostile.
I'm sure. Better to address this head on. Hiding or delaying will only make it worse. Let's talk tonight about how to handle it.
Okay, if you're really sure. You're amazing, you know that? Most people would run from my mom when she's like this.
Well, I'm not most people, and I love you too much to let her intimidate me. We're a team, right? We'll get through this together.
Absolutely. Team Melissa and Tyler against the world. I'll come over after work so we can strategize. Around 7?
Perfect. And Tyler, no matter what happens with your mom, we're in this together. I'm not going anywhere. She'll have to accept me as part of your life.
Have I mentioned lately how incredible you are? I'm so lucky to have you. We'll get her to come around somehow, even if I have to put my foot down with her.
I know we will. One step at a time. See you tonight. Yes, Mrs. Hartford. Thank you for reaching out. I was planning to call you later today, actually, to see if we could find a time to meet in person. Well, you can save your breath. I'm texting to make something very clear. You are not welcome in our family. I want you to stop seeing my son immediately. Mrs. Hartford, I understand you have concerns. Tyler mentioned you heard about my education background and that it troubled you. Could we perhaps meet in person to discuss this? I'd really like the chance to explain my situation. There's nothing to discuss. A girl with your background has no business marrying into our family. We have standards to maintain. Standards of prestige, accomplishment, influence, all the things you clearly lack. I may lack a formal degree, but I don't lack accomplishments or influence. I know my education history concerns you, but there's so much more to who I am. If you'd give me a chance to explain my circumstances... Circumstances? Oh, please. You probably got yourself expelled from high school, jumped on the welfare wagon, and now you're looking for a meal ticket. Well, it won't be my son. With all due respect, Mrs. Hartford, you don't know anything about me. I left school to support my family after my father's accident. I've worked hard for everything I have. I'm not looking for a meal ticket, as you so rudely put it. Don't make me laugh. You're just another gold digger trying to marry up, taking advantage of my son's kindness, seducing him with your feminine wiles. Feminine wiles? What century are you living in? I love Tyler for who he is, not his family name or money. I have my own means of supporting myself, and I've never asked Tyler for money. Really? With a middle school education? Don't make me laugh. What could you possibly know about earning a living? Flipping burgers won't get you far in life. Is that really what you think of me? That I'm some high school flunky flipping burgers? You couldn't be more wrong. Education isn't the only path to success. I've worked very hard to get where I am. My work speaks for itself. I'm sure it does. On your back, no doubt. Seducing men like my son into giving you things. Designer clothes, expensive jewelry, a respectable family name to hide behind. I'm going to pretend you didn't just suggest what I think you did for Tyler's sake, since he still loves you despite all this. I've never accepted so much as a dime from him. Everything I have, I earned myself through long days, hard work, and smart decisions. Don't try to convince me you're some kind of entrepreneur. You don't have the brains or background for it. Just save your breath. I've seen your type before.
I assure you, I'm not trying to worm my way anywhere, and frankly, if this is what you consider respectable behavior, I'm not sure I want any part of it. Tyler and I have a genuine connection. We support and respect each other, two things you seem to know nothing about.
How dare you lecture me about respect when you come from a background of no accomplishment, no status, no prestige? My son deserves someone from a proper background, someone who won't embarrass our family name.
You have a very narrow view of accomplishment and a very outdated view of status. I understand family reputation is important to you, but shouldn't Tyler's happiness matter more? He's a grown man capable of making his own choices, including who to love and build a life with.
Don't pretend to know my son better than I do. I've spent his whole life preparing him for success. The right schools, the right career, the right wife. I won't let you derail everything we've built.
Mrs. Hartford, that's not your decision to make. Tyler is an adult with his own mind, his own wants and needs in life, and he's chosen to build a future with me. We plan to move forward with or without your blessing.
Then you'll be moving forward without, because I will never give my blessing to this union. I'll do whatever it takes to protect my son from conniving women like you looking for an easy ride on our coattails.
There's nothing easy about my life or what I've built, but I wouldn't expect you to understand hard work, since you seem to think status is handed to you at birth. I'm sorry you feel the need to attack me when you know nothing about me, but it won't change my feelings for Tyler.
This conversation is over. Stay away from my son, or you'll regret ever crossing paths with the Hartfords.
I'm sorry you feel that way. My door remains open if you ever want to have a real conversation, one based on respect and open-mindedness, instead of prejudice and ill-founded. It's not your fault, though I have to admit that was even more hostile than I expected. The things she implied about me, my past, my intentions, it was really ugly and hurtful.
She's never been this awful before. I'm so angry at her right now. The things she said to you, I want to punch something.
I know, I'm upset too. She attacked my character, my integrity, without even trying to get to know me. But we can't let anger cloud our thinking. We need to be strategic about how we handle this.
Strategic? Screw strategy. She called you a gold digger, a seductress. She's so far out of line I can't even see straight.
I know, believe me. I'm plenty mad. Those accusations stung, I won't lie. But getting mad won't help our case. We need to be the bigger people here.
How can you be so calm and rational about this after the horrible things she said? I'm over here ready to go scorched earth.
Remember how you said she's obsessed with status, prestige, influence, reputation, all that? What if we showed her exactly how much of that I have, and how wrong she is about my background?
You mean... Wait, oh man, that would be epic! Her face when she finds out. Please tell me we can do this!
I think it's our best shot at getting through to her. The question is how and when to drop that bomb.
What if I casually mention where I work, see if she makes the connection herself? Might be more powerful coming from me, then you can fill in the details later.
Now I need to make it clear to you, too. I expect you to end this relationship immediately. No arguments, no excuses.
Are you serious right now? You actually expect me to break up with Melissa just because you said so? With no regard for my feelings or hers? What is this, Game of Thrones? Am I chattel to be ordered about?
Don't take that tone with me, young man. I am still your mother. I raised you, provided for you, guided you, and I know what's best for you, even if you can't see it yourself.
What's best for me? How can you claim to know what's best when you won't even take the time to know Melissa, to look past your prejudice and see what an amazing woman she is?
I recognize a social climber when I see one. She has no money, no education, no pedigree. What could someone like her possibly offer you?
Wow, I can't even believe what I'm reading right now. Melissa is brilliant, accomplished, compassionate, things you'd know if you bothered to scratch the surface.
Accomplished? At what? Flipping burgers? Selling pictures of herself online? You're not thinking straight, Tyler. That girl is a gold digger, plain and simple.
The only one tearing anyone down here is you, with your cruel assumptions and baseless attacks. You don't know the first thing about Melissa, what she's been through, and what she's achieved. You've made up your mind based on one fact without any context or nuance.
What context could possibly matter? No education equals no stability, no prospects. It's that simple, Tyler. She has nothing to offer this family but embarrassment. Is that really what you want? To sully our good name?
Our good name? Are you listening to yourself? We're not aristocracy, for God's sake. We're a family, supposedly a loving one. But there's nothing loving in the way you're acting, in the way you're treating the woman I love.
Love? Please, you're thinking with your hormones, letting yourself be blinded by a pretty face. It will ruin your life if you let it.
Enough! I'm not gonna let you cheapen my feelings or Melissa's character with your crude accusations. I'm not some hormone-crazed teen. I'm a grown man who knows his own heart. And Melissa is my heart, my future.
She's your ruin is what she is. Mark my words, Tyler Andrew Hartford. If you marry that girl, it will end in disaster. Financially, socially, emotionally. She will bleed you dry and leave you broken.
You know what? I wasn't going to tell you this yet. I was hoping to introduce the idea more gently, give you a chance to get to know Melissa first before dropping the bombshell of who she really is. But you've forced my hand with your disgraceful behavior.
What are you talking about? Who she really is? Don't make me laugh, Tyler. She is what she is, unworthy of our family. End of story.
Not even close to end of story, mother. So listen up, because this is gonna blow your mind and make you regret every cruel word you've said. That high school dropout you're so quick to dismiss? She's my boss. The CEO of the company I work for. The company you're always bragging about to your country club cronies.
What? What nonsense is this? You're lying. You must be. She told you to say this, didn't she? To try and impress me with her lies?
She's not a gold digger and I'm not lying. Melissa is Melissa Mitchell, founder and CEO of Oakwood Solutions, the multi-million-dollar company I've been working for the past 3 years, as you well know. She built that company from nothing with no college degree.
But that's impossible. How could she be? The CEO of Oakwood is your boss? This makes no sense, Tyler.
Melissa is her name, Mother. Melissa Mitchell. The same Melissa Mitchell who founded Oakwood in her parents' garage. The same Melissa Mitchell who landed Fortune 500 clients with her revolutionary software. The same Melissa Mitchell who employs hundreds, myself included, and the same Melissa Mitchell who agreed to be my wife.
I don't understand. How could you keep this from me? Why didn't you tell me who she was? My God, the things I said to her. Oh, this is a nightmare.
You decided to do some research after all those horrible things you said. Yes, Mother, it's all true. Everything I told you about her success, which you could have easily verified yourself.
But her education level, how did she manage to build such a company? To achieve such prominence in her field? It defies all logic and reason.
It defies your logic and reason, maybe, because you're so caught up in pedigree and status. But in the real world, Melissa's world, results matter more than a degree. She built her success through hard work and determination.
Interesting things about you. Have you now? How fascinating. Funny how quickly you change your tune when you realize I might be more than just a gold digger. What exactly is it you think you've learned about me? Your company, for one, Oakwood Solutions, a rising star in the tech industry from what I hear, with you at the helm, steering them to new heights. Most impressive for someone like you. Someone your age, I mean.
You can say uneducated, it's okay. I'm not ashamed of it. But yes, I've worked hard to build Oakwood into what it is through long hours, smart risks, and never giving up. Even when people like you dismissed me out of hand, I kept pushing forward. I knew what I was capable of.
Yes, well, it seems you're certainly capable, as you say. I must admit, your success at such a level is surprising given your background and lack of formal training. One has to wonder how you managed it without the proper connections. Proper connections? You mean like a country club membership? I hate to break it to you, Margaret, but that's not how the business world works. My success has nothing to do with what family I was born into or what school I went to or didn't go to, and everything to do with my ideas, my drive, my leadership. That's what opened doors for me, not some snobby social circle. Melissa, I think it's time you and I had a little chat. Woman to woman, mother-in-law to daughter-in-law. I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, and I'd like to see if we can find a way to move forward together. Well, color me intrigued, Margaret. This is quite the change of tune. Just the other day, you called me a gold-digging tramp and all but ordered me to stay away from your precious son. But by all means, let's chat. I'm fascinated to hear what you have to say. Yes, well, things have changed since our last conversation in light of certain revelations about your background and position. I think it may be prudent for us to reevaluate our relationship, to see if there might be a mutually beneficial path forward for all involved. Catch my meaning? I'm not sure I do, Margaret. Why don't you enlighten me? What revelations are you referring to exactly? And what sort of mutually beneficial path did you have in mind? Because from where I'm standing, our goals seem to be in direct opposition. I want to marry Tyler because I love him. Full stop. And I'm coming to terms with that. Truly, but surely a woman in your position understands the importance of strategy, of leveraging connections and resources for maximum advantage. You've built quite the empire with Oakwood. That takes cunning, savvy, qualities I may have been too quick to dismiss in our previous encounters. Is that so? And here I thought I was just some uneducated floozy latching onto your son for his money and status. Isn't that what you said? That I could never understand the pressures and responsibilities of your world? But now that you know I have a modicum of my own success, suddenly I'm cunning and savvy? Forgive me if I'm not exactly bowled over by the compliment. Melissa dear, there's no need for hostility. I'm extending an olive branch here. I may have been, hasty in some of my initial judgments, too quick to make assumptions. But that's all water under the bridge now. We have a chance for a fresh start, a chance to forge a powerful alliance that could benefit us all enormously. With my social connections and your rising star, the sky's the limit. An alliance, I see. And what exactly would this alliance entail? Me dancing to your tune, bowing to your commands? Putting your family name and reputation above my own hard-fought success? If that's what you're suggesting, I can tell you right now that I'm not interested. My rising star has gotten along just fine without the Hartford stamp of approval. You have no idea the doors I could open for you, the opportunities I could throw your way with a mere word in the right ear. You may have found some small-scale success in your little tech startup, but I'm talking about real power, real influence. All you have to do is play ball. Is that really so much to ask? What is it you want, Margaret? Are you proposing that I give you a seat on my board? Now that you mention it, yes, a board seat is a fine idea. With an appropriate compensation package, of course. Something commensurate with my expertise and connections. A mere formality, but one that would cement our partnership nicely and show the world that the Hartford family is a force to be reckoned with. You have a lot of nerve, Mrs. Hartford. You spent months insulting me, degrading me, trying to undermine my relationship, and now you have the audacity to demand a seat on my board? A paid position at that? What makes you think I would ever agree to that? What possible incentive could I have? I built my company from the ground up. I'm not about to hand over control to the likes of you. Oh, I think you'll find I can be quite persuasive when I want to be. And right now, I very much want to be in business with Oakwood. Think of it as a strategic merger of sorts, a combining of assets for maximum impact. With the full weight of the Hartford name behind you, there's no limit to how far you could go. And of course, should you refuse my generous offer, well, I'm sure you can imagine the consequences. Are you threatening me right now? Because that's sure what it sounds like. Like, you're implying that if I don't roll over and give you what you want, there will be trouble. Trouble for me, trouble for my company, trouble for my relationship with Tyler, I'm guessing. Is that about the size of it? Because if so, let me be very clear on my response. No, not a chance in a million years. I will not be bullied by the likes of you. Oh, you stupid, stupid girl. You have no idea who you're dealing with, do you? I am the Hartford family. What I say goes, and I say you will take this deal. Or so help me, I will rain hellfire down upon you, the likes of which you can scarcely imagine. I can make your life a living nightmare. I can freeze you out of every social circle that matters. I will turn this family against you so viciously, so completely, even Tyler won't be able to look at you. You know what, Margaret? I was wrong about you. You're not just a snob. You're a megalomaniac. You actually think you have the power to control everyone and everything around you, don't you? That we're all just pawns on your chessboard, to be manipulated at your whim. Well, guess what? This pawn is off the board, permanently. Because here's the thing. I don't need your social circles. I don't need your family's approval. And I sure as hell don't need your poison infecting my life or my future with Tyler. Tyler? You think Tyler will stand by you if I cut you off? If I cut you both off? That boy is nothing without me, without this family, and he knows it. When I'm done with you, he won't be able to run away fast enough. That's where you're wrong, Margaret. So very, very wrong. Tyler loves me. He believes in me. And no amount of manipulation from you will change that. We're a team, him and I, partners in every sense of the word. And that's a bond you'll never be able to break, no matter how hard you try. Pretty words from a pretty fool, but that's all they are, words. You have no idea the strings I can pull, the lives I can ruin with a snap of my fingers. And ruin you I will, mark my words, both you and Tyler, if he's foolish enough to stand by you. I'll turn every friend, every acquaintance, every business contact against you until you're nothing but a pariah. A promise as empty as the rest of your threats, it seems, because I've got some news that will shake the very foundation of this little power trip you're on. I've already spoken to the rest of the family. Tyler's dad, his aunt, his cousins, even his sweet old granny, who you always claim is your biggest ally. And they're all on board, every single one. They've welcomed me with open arms, showered us with love and blessings and well wishes. Turns out, the only one still clinging to outdated notions of good breeding and towing the family line is you. So go ahead, try to freeze us out. Try to rally your allies to shun and defame us. See how far that gets you with a family that's already made up their mind. What? What do you mean they're on board? I am the head of this family, its guiding light and moral compass. They would never defy me so openly. You're lying. You must be, trying to manipulate me with your twisted little web of deceit. Oh, Margaret, you really are your own worst enemy, aren't you? So convinced of your own superiority, your unquestioned authority, that you can't even conceive of a world where people might think and feel and choose differently than you decree. Well, here's a harsh dose of reality. Your family doesn't just tolerate my relationship with Tyler, they're thrilled by it. Because, unlike you, they can see how happy he is, how loved and supported and cherished he feels in our partnership. A life that fulfills us, even if it doesn't fit into your rigid, arbitrary constraints. A life we will live on our own terms, with or without your approval. No, this can't be happening! I'll cut the whole damn lot of them off, see if I don't. Ungrateful, traitorous wretches that they are! After everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed to uphold the integrity of this family. And they repay me by siding with you? Some drugged-out teenage delinquent playing at respectability? Tyler told me later that after I left, his father and his aunt gave his mother a serious lecture. Since then, Margaret has been keeping a low profile. Thanks to this resolution, our wedding preparations are proceeding smoothly, and we're enjoying this wonderful time in our lives.
OMG, today's wedding was epic! Seriously, the best wedding ever! Just saw the pictures my friend took during the pool toss. Iconic! You should make that your profile pic once you dry off.
Excuse me? What part of that was the best wedding ever? I wanted to take those final photos together with everyone happily, but instead, you all suddenly lifted us up and then threw us into the pool. What on earth were you thinking was such a horrible stunt? Do you have any idea how much time and money went into planning this day? My dress is completely ruined.
Why are you making such a big deal out of it? We were just trying to make things more fun. You're being such a buzzkill. The pool toss was awesome, wasn't it? It was totally the right call to mention it to Kevin's rugby buddies before the photo. Those guys know how to lift. That was the highest toss I've ever seen. Kevin loved it. He was laughing the whole time. We've been planning this for weeks.
It wasn't awesome for the person being tossed. I was terrified. I'm sure the pictures turned out great. My parents spent thousands on photography for this day. I specifically told the wedding planner I didn't want any surprises. Did Kevin know about this beforehand?
Are you kidding me right now? On your own wedding day, you're acting like this? Say you're sorry, now. I flew all the way from Europe for this wedding, and this is how you thank me? Kevin promised me you were fun. Clearly, he was wrong.
What? You ruined my wedding day and you want me to apologize? I'm soaking wet, my makeup is ruined, and my $5,000 dress is destroyed, and you have the audacity to demand an apology from me?
What don't you understand? I was just trying to make my brother's wedding more exciting. You heard everyone having a great time, didn't you? Everyone was so into it, so why are you being so dramatic about this? Do you know how many weddings I've been to that ended with pool tosses? It's a tradition in many places. You should be honored. My brother thought it was hilarious. Why can't you?
What part of that was everyone having a great time? The guests were horrified. They were screaming in shock, not excitement. My grandmother almost had a heart attack. My bridesmaids are furious. The venue manager looked like she was about to call the police. Did you even think this through at all?
They were not shocked. That's ridiculous. It happens at weddings in Europe all the time. You're just too uptight to appreciate good fun. Even the photographer was laughing. I saw him. You're making this a bigger deal than it needs to be.
What? I don't care what happens at European weddings. I care about my wedding that you ruined. The photographer wasn't laughing. He was panicking about his equipment getting wet. No one does this at formal weddings. Absolutely no one.
Well, I'm studying abroad in France right now, so I guess my vibe is just more European these days. Maybe you should travel more and loosen up a bit. Kevin always said you had a good sense of humor. Where is it? My French friends would have loved this. Americans are so boring.
That's not an excuse for anything. I didn't ask for your European vibe at my wedding, and don't tell me to loosen up after you assaulted me. Kevin said I had a good sense of humor. Well, he's about to find out what else I have.
Look, what's done is done, so stop being so uptight about it. It'll make a great story in a few years. Anyway, since I'm only back in the States for a short time, I'm headed out to drink with my friends. Enjoy the after party with Kevin and everyone, Emily. And seriously, lighten up. It's your wedding day.
Today's wedding was amazing. That lift and pool toss, they did me after you, and it made for such an awesome memory. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Everyone's saying it was the highlight of the day. My buddies want to do it at their weddings too now.
How is that an awesome memory? It was literally the worst wedding day I could have imagined. Do you have any idea how humiliating that was? Everyone watching me get thrown in the water against my will? My hair and makeup artist spent hours getting me ready.
My friends and my sister Allie planned that specially for us. Are you really gonna complain about something they did to celebrate us? They put a lot of effort into planning that surprise. Allie flew all the way from Europe with this idea. It's just water. You'll dry off.
Where exactly is the celebration in that? I forced myself to smile in the moment, but I was actually holding back tears. I was trying so hard not to cry. Did you know they were planning this? Because if you did and didn't warn me, that's even worse. I trusted you to make this day special for both of us.
Come on, it was a lift and toss into the pool. What part of that would make anyone cry? You're being way too sensitive about this. And yeah, I knew. Allie told me last week. I thought you'd laugh about it after the initial shock. It's just a bit of fun. Lighten up.
I worked so hard on my hair and makeup for today. I searched everywhere for the perfect dress. I customized it, and it was my dream wedding gown. And now, everything is ruined because of you all. You knew and didn't tell me? How could you do that to me? I told you 100 times I didn't want any surprises at the wedding. This was supposed to be our day, not your sister's prank show.
The wedding dress is only worn for one day anyway. Who cares if it got soaked or ruined? You can still keep it as a memento, and it's not like you were gonna wear it again, right? I don't get why you're so upset about clothes. The memories are what matter, not the dress.
Seriously? That dress cost thousands of dollars. I spent months finding the perfect one. It has sentimental value. My mother's veil was incorporated into it. How can you be so dismissive about something that meant so much to me?
And it was at the end, during final photos. Who cares if your makeup was washed off? You were gonna redo it for the after party anyway. Everyone just wants to have a good time and celebrate. Why are you making this all about you? It's my wedding day too, and I enjoyed it.
That's not the point. Didn't you notice my parents, family, and friends were all horrified? The only people enjoying it were your sister Allie and your friends. Everyone else was either panicking or frozen in shock. My father was furious. He was about to punch your friends. My mother is still crying in the bathroom. How can you not see how inappropriate this was?
No way! How could they not be excited by such an awesome surprise? When I got tossed into the pool, everyone was cheering and clapping. You're exaggerating about your parents. They were laughing too. My mom got it all on video. Want to see how fun it looked?
They were just being polite and going along with it. Only you guys found that juvenile behavior funny. My parents were not laughing. They're considering leaving early. The venue staff were appalled. They specifically told us the pool wasn't for swimming. Your mother wasn't laughing either. She was mortified. I don't want to see any videos. I want you to understand how hurtful this was.
What's with that attitude? My friends and sister were trying to make our day special. Calling it juvenile behavior is pretty harsh. You're turning this into a way bigger deal than it is. It was just meant to be a fun memory to end the ceremony. I can't believe you're being this dramatic about it.
I never asked for that kind of special. I specifically said no surprises multiple times during planning. You ignored my wishes on the most important day of my life. That's not dramatic. That's a complete betrayal of trust. How would you feel if I ruined something important to you?
Calm down, don't get so hysterical. It's just a difference in what we find fun. Allie and my friends were just trying to celebrate us. Just think of it as a harmless prank and let it go. We still have the after party to enjoy. Don't let this small thing ruin our whole wedding day.
Let it go. You think this can just be brushed aside? My dress is destroyed. The venue is damaged, and you're telling me to just let it go? This isn't a difference in fun. This is you and your friends disrespecting me, and calling me hysterical is just making it worse.
In a few years, you'll look back and laugh about it, so just forgive a little prank, will ya? I promise we'll make it up to you at the after party. Everyone's waiting for us. Can we just move on? I'll buy you a new dress if that's what this is really about.
Here's what's going to happen.
Huh?
I want a divorce. I'm not staying with a man who lets my wedding be ruined and then defends himself. I don't want to see your face again. This isn't about the dress. This is about respect. And you've shown me exactly how much you respect me today. None.
Wait, are you serious right now? We literally just finished the wedding ceremony. We still have the after party. Everyone is already waiting for us at the venue. You can't just say divorce over something like this. This is completely insane.
I don't care. Divorce is the only option now. I've seen who you really are today, and I want nothing to do with you. Someone who respects their sister's fun more than their wife's dignity. I should have seen the red flags before today.
What? What red flags? This came out of nowhere. You're throwing away our whole relationship over this? Think about what you're saying. We can work this out. Just come to the after party.
I'll let everyone know the after party is canceled. We can discuss the divorce details later. Thanks for everything today. And by everything, I mean showing me your true colors before we wasted years together. Don't call me. Have your lawyer contact mine.
Hey, Emily, I heard you're threatening divorce over a silly prank. You're being ridiculous. Stop dragging my brother through this dramatic nonsense. He's devastated right now. Is that what you wanted? He's sitting here crying. Do you even care how much you're hurting him?
It's not a threat. It's a decision I've already made. I'm not the kind of person who can forgive such a horrible joke. And yes, I do care that he's upset. I'm upset too, but I'm not going to stay with someone who humiliates me and then defends it. This isn't about hurting Kevin. It's about respecting myself. If he's crying, maybe he should think about why his actions led to this.
Oh, come on. You're way overreacting. We did it to make your day better. If you get divorced over this, what happens to us? Me and all of Kevin's friends will look bad too. Is that what you want? All because you got a little wet? Seriously? People will think you're insane when they hear this story.
You should feel bad. Take this time to reflect on what you did. You all did something terrible and need to face the consequences. I don't care how this makes you look to others. I care about what you did to me, and it wasn't getting a little wet. It was ruining a day I've dreamed about my whole life. People will think I'm insane? No, they'll wonder why I married into such a thoughtless family.
Whatever. You're the one who had your once-in-a-lifetime wedding day ruined. I'm never going to forgive you. I've just been sitting here listening to you talk trash. This is not how you treat someone who is trying to make your day more fun. I should be getting thanked, not yelled at. Kevin deserves someone who appreciates his sense of humor. Someone who isn't so stuck up and rigid about everything.
Oh, I should be thanking people for throwing the bride into a pool? For ruining my dress, hair, and makeup? For causing a scene in front of all our guests? That's your definition of making my day more fun? And you have the nerve to call me stuck up and rigid? You're delusional.
Divorce over this is absolutely insane. You're going to regret it later. Being divorced over something so stupid, you'll wish you'd just let it go. You're definitely going to regret this. Kevin is the best thing that ever happened to you. Good luck finding someone else who'll put up with your attitude. This is why people think our generation can't commit to relationships.
No, I absolutely will not regret it. What I would regret is staying with someone who doesn't respect me. Someone who thinks humiliating me is funny. Someone who puts his sister's idea of fun ahead of his wife's dignity. That would be the real regret. And I don't need your opinion on my future relationships.
Yes, you will regret it. If you divorce, all the money spent on today's wedding is wasted. Plus, you'll be divorced and have made enemies of me and all of Kevin's friends. Good luck finding someone else in this town after that. Enjoy your sad, embarrassing life as a divorcee. You'll be known as the crazy bride who couldn't take a joke. Is that really the reputation you want? Everyone's already talking about how you stormed out.
That's fine by me. It would be more embarrassing to stay related to people like you. I'd rather be known as someone who stands up for herself than someone who tolerates abuse. And yes, what you did was abusive, physical and emotional. The money is already spent. Staying in a bad marriage won't bring it back. I don't care what Kevin's friends think of me. They've shown their true colors.
This is so annoying. Fine, whatever. Go ahead and get divorced. We'll be better off without someone as uptight as you anyway. Seriously, throwing away a marriage over this is so stupid. Wasting money on a wedding and you'll regret it later, but that's on you. Kevin will find someone who appreciates him. Someone fun. Someone who doesn't make a federal case out of a harmless prank.
Actually, I'll be recovering the wedding costs as damages. I've already consulted with the police and a lawyer about this. So don't worry about the wasted money. You'll be helping cover it. And don't talk to me about federal cases just yet. You haven't seen anything. Kevin is welcome to find someone who enjoys being humiliated. That's not me. I have more self-respect than that.
Wait, the police and lawyers? You're consulting lawyers about a divorce? That's overkill. You've barely been married 6 hours and you're already lawyering up? This is getting completely out of hand. You're just trying to scare us now.
Not about the divorce, about the assault. Pushing an unsuspecting person into a pool is legally considered assault, which is why I consulted the police and lawyer. And the venue is involved too. They're considering their own legal action. This isn't about scaring you, it's about accountability. Actions have consequences, Allie. You're about to learn that lesson.
What? How is that assault? We were just having fun. This kind of thing happens all the time. Friends push each other into pools during parties, right? You can't possibly be serious about pressing charges. This is completely ridiculous. No court would ever side with you on this. You're wasting everyone's time and money.
I'm not friends with you, Allie. I'm not friends with Kevin's friends either. I was thrown into a pool by strangers. Do you have any idea how terrifying that was? My parents and friends all told me to go to the police immediately, and the courts take assault very seriously, especially when there's evidence, which we have plenty of, thanks to the photographers.
You're lying. No one would suggest going to the police over something like this. You're just saying that to scare us. There's no way this qualifies as assault. You weren't injured. Nothing bad happened to you. It was just water. This is insane.
Even the venue staff suggested filing a police report. You might think it happens all the time, but the venue staff said they've never seen a bride thrown into a pool before. They were more shocked than I was. And assault doesn't require injury. It just requires unwanted physical contact. Being lifted and thrown into water against my will definitely qualifies. The police seem to agree. They took my statement very seriously.
Whatever. In European weddings, this happens all the time. You're just too uptight to understand cultural differences. This is nothing but a cash grab. You're trying to extort us. No judge will take this case seriously.
This is America. And the venue explained that pool is just for decoration. It's not designed for people to be thrown into. That's why the venue is also filing for damages. And it's not a cash grab. It's accountability for property damage and personal assault. I don't care what happens at your European friends' weddings. We're not in Europe. The American legal system takes this kind of thing very seriously.
Huh?
Damages, not compensation. Cleaning costs, or maybe settlement is the right term.
Wait a second. What? Are you saying the venue is demanding money from us too? This has to be a joke. You're making this up to scare us. There's no way the venue is involved in this.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The venue is filing claims alongside me. Their elegant reception room is now water damaged because of your prank. And no, I'm not making this up. The venue manager was the one who suggested legal action. They're as upset as I am about what happened. Maybe even more, since this affects their business and reputation.
What?
The unplanned pool toss left the venue soaked. Water damaged their equipment, sofas, and floors. They'll have significant cleaning costs, so they're demanding compensation. Their antique carpet was completely ruined. That alone cost thousands. Not to mention the damage to their sound system when water splashed everywhere. Did you even think about any of this before pushing us into the pool? Or were you too focused on your European vibe to consider consequences?
No way, that can't be true. Hold on, I never heard anything about this. We were just trying to make things more fun. This is getting way out of hand. You're blowing everything out of proportion. There's no way we caused that much damage with a little pool water.
The venue staff were incredibly supportive. They told me they'd fight this battle with me. They even rushed to develop the final group photo as evidence. And yes, you did cause that much damage. Water and expensive electronics don't mix well. Neither do water and antique furniture. This is what happens when you don't think before you act. Everything has consequences, Allie. Everything. And they accompanied me to the police station. They testified that neither the bride nor the venue was informed about this stunt. I was able to consult with the police and lawyers so quickly thanks to the venue's help. I'm really grateful to them. They have security footage too, showing exactly who did what, and dozens of witness statements from horrified guests.
This is unbelievable! This cannot be happening! Why should we have to pay money for something like this? It was just a joke that nobody seems to understand! How are we supposed to know the pool would cause damage? You're taking this way too far! Way too far! This is cruel and vindictive!
Any objections can be directed through your lawyer. Goodbye for now. And Allie, sometimes jokes have serious consequences. Maybe think about that next time you plan a surprise for someone. I'll be expecting to hear from your legal representation soon.
Why are me, my friends, and my sister being called to the police station? Drop the charges now! Stop this ridiculous nonsense immediately! This has gone way too far, Emily. My friends are freaking out. They have jobs that could be affected by this. When did you even have time to file a police report? We just got married today!
I absolutely will not drop them. Everyone who ruined my wedding will be held responsible. I filed the report immediately after leaving the venue. Your friends should have thought about their jobs before assaulting me. Actions have consequences, Kevin. It's time you all learned that. I gave you a chance to apologize sincerely, and you chose to defend the prank instead.
This is such BS. Nobody ruined anything. They were trying to make our wedding more exciting. It was just a prank that went a little too far, and now you're making a federal case out of it. Everyone's blaming me because of you. My parents are furious. My friends are panicking. Is this what you wanted?
That kind of prank is way beyond just a little too far. Everyone needs to pay the settlement money. If not, I will never withdraw my complaint. And yes, people are blaming you because you knew about it and let it happen. You could have stopped this at any point, but you chose not to. That's why you're facing more serious consequences than your friends.
This can't be happening. You're asking me for $30,000? You really expect me to pay that kind of money? Where am I supposed to get that kind of cash? We just spent everything we had on the wedding! Are you trying to bankrupt me on our wedding day?
Don't worry, you're not alone. I'm asking the same amount from Allie as the organizer. Everyone else is getting charged about $5,000 each. This isn't about bankrupting you. It's about accountability and compensation for actual damages that were caused. My dress alone cost thousands, not to mention the venue's damages.
This is extortion! So you're trying to squeeze over $50,000 out of us? For what? Getting wet at a wedding? No court would ever award that kind of money for this. You're being completely unreasonable. I can't believe I married someone who would do this!
And don't forget, Kevin, you have the venue's claim on top of that. I think they're asking for about $10,000, so actually, it's more like $60,000 total. And yes, courts regularly award damages for assault and property destruction. The lawyer says we have an extremely strong case with all the evidence. All the witness statements, photos, and security footage make it pretty clear-cut.
This is absurd! It was just a pool toss! How can I possibly be expected to come up with $40,000? This is completely insane. Just for a pool toss, no one was hurt! You're destroying our lives over this! This isn't who you are! This isn't the woman I married!
I see you still don't get it. Kevin, you haven't learned anything from this, have you? It wasn't just a pool toss. It was assault and property damage. Someone could have been seriously hurt. My grandmother could have had a heart attack. The photographer's equipment was damaged, and this is exactly who I am. Someone who doesn't let people walk all over her.
I'll learn now, okay? It was all my fault. I sincerely apologize. Please, drop the charges and forget about the settlement. I promise I'll reflect on what I did. I'll do anything. Just please don't ruin my life over this. We can start over. Go to counseling, whatever you want.
That's not how apologies work, you idiot. I am absolutely not dropping the charges. Remember, you're not my husband, fiancé, or even ex-boyfriend anymore. You're just someone who assaulted me. A real apology would have come immediately after the incident, not after you're facing consequences. You're only sorry you have to pay. That's not remorse, that's self-preservation.
Please, Emily, I'm begging you. I made a terrible mistake. I see that now. This will destroy my credit, my savings, everything. What about our future together? Our plans? Don't throw it all away over one stupid mistake. People make mistakes. That's part of marriage. Forgiveness.
Our future together? There is no future together. That ended the moment you chose your sister's prank over my dignity. And this wasn't a mistake. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary. This was a deliberate choice to humiliate me on what should have been the happiest day of my life. Pay the settlement and move on with your life. I'm moving on with mine. Talk to your lawyer if you have more questions. We're done here.
You can't seriously be charging me too. I'm still in college. I'm not even working yet. There's no way I can pay $20,000. Do you know what this will do to my future? I'll be in debt for years, all over a stupid prank. How can you be this vindictive?
You're in college, but you're still an adult. That means you're responsible for your actions. Take responsibility for what you did. You should have thought about your future before organizing an assault. And this isn't vindictive. It's justice for what you did to me and the venue.
But I'm telling you, it's impossible. There's no way I have $20,000 just sitting around. I'm living on student loans and my parents' support. You're going to ruin my education over this. Can't we work something out? A payment plan or something?
Then ask your parents for help. They raised you. Maybe they can help you understand the consequences too. And yes, we can discuss payment plans through our lawyers. But the full amount will need to be paid one way or another. Actions have consequences, Allie. It's an important life lesson.
I'm not going to beg my parents. That's ridiculous. There's no way they would give me that kind of money in this situation. I'm already asking them for $30,000 for another issue. This is impossible. My parents are already furious with me about something else. Adding this will make them disown me.
$30,000 for another issue? What are you talking about? What did you do that requires that kind of money? Are you in some kind of trouble in Europe too? It seems like causing expensive problems is becoming a pattern for you. Maybe your parents should know about both issues.
You know I'm studying in France, right? Well, I'm having some serious problems over there. I need about $30,000 right now. It's complicated and not really your business. But let's just say I made a mistake at a party there too. This is going to completely destroy my life if I have to pay both.
Problems during your study abroad? Huh? During such a difficult time? What on earth did you do? It seems like you have a habit of creating expensive problems for yourself. Maybe it's time to learn some accountability.
I didn't do anything wrong. I just went with the flow and jumped in the pool with everyone else. At my friend's sister's wedding in France, we all celebrated by throwing the couple in the pool. I was just following along, but I accidentally used the wrong towel afterward. It was a rare towel, a signed towel from my friend's sister's favorite musician. I was drunk and I don't remember much. I just borrowed a towel I found in the house, but it turned out to be her super important towel. Apparently, it's worth like $30,000 at auction. I damaged it, so now they're demanding compensation. It was an honest mistake. I didn't know the towel was valuable.
Wow, that actually happened? Allie, so you ruined a $30,000 memorabilia item in France and then came here and ruined my wedding? And in both cases, you refused to take responsibility? This isn't bad luck. This is a pattern of reckless behavior. Have you considered that maybe you're the problem?
So I used my brother's wedding as an excuse to come back to America and secretly borrow money from my parents. But now with this additional $20,000 demand, it's impossible! My parents are already talking about canceling my study abroad program. They said if I can't handle myself responsibly, I don't deserve to be overseas. And now this will confirm everything they feared. My entire future is going to be ruined because of this.
Well, that makes sense. What parent wouldn't cancel a study abroad program after their daughter causes $30,000 worth of trouble overseas? Any normal parent would bring you home immediately. And yes, this will confirm their fears because their fears are justified. You've demonstrated a complete lack of judgment and responsibility. Perhaps you should be focusing on growing up before continuing your education.
I was just following the crowd. I just jumped in the pool like everyone else. How was I supposed to know things would turn out like this? You're being so cold and heartless about this. I thought we were going to be sisters. Family is supposed to help each other. Can't you show a little compassion?
You caused trouble overseas with the same behavior, but you didn't learn your lesson? I really don't understand how your mind works, Allie. And we're not family. Not anymore. You forfeited any claim to my compassion when you ruined my wedding day. I'm not responsible for fixing the problems you create for yourself. Maybe if you'd shown genuine remorse, things would be different.
Shut up! Just drop the charges and forget about the settlement money. I'll apologize sincerely. I'll give you a proper apology, so please, forgive me. I was wrong. I see that now. I never should have pushed you in the pool. Please, my entire future is at stake here.
Absolutely not. You and your brother need to learn a serious lesson from this. That's why I will never drop the charges, and I will not reduce the settlement amount. Your apology comes too late, and only after facing serious consequences. That's not sincere remorse. That's just trying to escape punishment.
But what am I supposed to do now? I can't afford this. I'll have to drop out of school. Is that what you want? To ruin my education? How can you be this cruel? I said I was sorry.
When you're ready to make the payment, please contact my lawyer. Goodbye. And Allie, maybe take this time to reflect on how your actions affect others. That's a lesson worth more than any college degree. Later, I received a call from my lawyer saying that everyone was ready to pay the settlement. Kevin's friends seemed genuinely remorseful and offered sincere apologies along with their payments, but Kevin and Allie were still defiant. They practically threw the money down, saying, "Here, take it," which infuriated Kevin's friends. They all exploded at the siblings, saying they couldn't be friends with people who couldn't even show proper remorse, and formally ended their friendships right there. Afterward, I heard that their parents also kicked them out, saying, "We heard about your terrible attitude, paying money without even apologizing. We can't deal with you anymore." Allie had to pay her overseas compensation entirely through loans, ended her study abroad program, and dropped out of college. Kevin's savings hit zero after paying the venue damages. I hear the siblings are now sharing a cheap apartment and living very modestly.